So hello everyone, today we are going to discuss about sliding window algorithm. So a lot of times when you're solving problems in arrays and strings, you might see this algorithm popping up a lot. Let's discuss a problem and try to understand what sliding window really is. So let's suppose you're given an array of integers, say 1, 2, 4, 8, 1, 3, and you along with this you are also given a value k. Let's suppose k's value is 3. What you need to find is what is the maximum possible value that you could get by summing up all the values in a particular subarray of length k. So let's suppose for this particular example, what are the different possible subarrays of length k? So the first subarray is 1, 2 and 4. The second subarray is 2, 4 and 8. Third subarray is 4, 8, 1. And similarly my fourth subarray is 8, 1, 3. Right? So if you see the sum of each k-length subarray is, so for the first one we have 4 plus 2 plus 1, which is 7. For the second one we have 8 plus 4 plus 2, which is 14. Right? Similarly we have 184, which is 13. We have 8 plus 1 plus 3, which is 12. So maximum of all these values is actually 14, right? So this is the answer that I need to find for this particular problem. So the first basic naive approach that you might be getting in your mind at this moment is to just do the same thing that we did manually. So starting at each and every index, starting from the first index, just take the next k elements. So for the first 0th index, I'll be taking 0 index, 1 and 2 index, sum them up and add it to the global maximum. Similarly, when you have 2, 4 and 8, and similarly when you're starting from this particular index, you would be taking these 3 elements, and so on and so forth. So you would be, for each and every index, there are at maximum n indexes, right? So the total number of subarrays of length k that you could possibly get is actually n minus k plus 1. So for this particular case, my n is the number of elements that we have in the array, which is 3, 3, 6. So we have total 6 elements in this case. We have k's value as 3 plus 1, which is actually 4, which is what we got here. So we had 4 subarrays when we calculated. Similarly, we are getting this value. So when we are going to iterate through each and every subarray, the total complexity for this particular naive approach would be O of n minus k plus 1, which is the number of subarrays that I am going to have, and each subarray I am going to take the next k elements, so it would be into k, right? From this we can actually ignore this constant from here, so it is roughly O of, and if k is very less, we could also ignore k from here, so we could actually see that it is in the order of O of n into k, right? The naive approach. Now let's look at how we can solve this problem using sliding window. So when we were solving this problem using the naive approach, we saw that when we were moving from here to here, if you look carefully, let's suppose we found out that the sum of elements, first k elements, actually 4 plus 2 plus 1, 7, right? Now I need to find the sum of next k elements. So what I need to do is, so if you look carefully, I already know that the sum of this complete subarray, and what I need to do is I need to find the sum of this subarray that I have. And if you see, I have 2 elements which are common, and only one element is actually changing every time when I am moving my window. So when I am going from this to this, only one element is being removed, which will be the first element in my current window, and one element is getting added at the end. So it will be like this. So let's suppose the 7 is actually my current sum, and what I am exactly doing is this, for this particular case, I am taking this current sum, I am subtracting the first element from my current window, and I am adding one element, which is the next element after my current window, which is 8. So 7 minus 1 6 plus 8, which is 14, which is, if we just sum it up, 2 plus 4 plus 8 is also 14, which means we got our complete sum in actually constant amount of computations, right? Because we are just we can just simply subtract the first element in a window, and we can actually add the last element in a current window. The same thing we can follow if now we have this as my current sum, and I need to find it for the next window that I have. So I would be doing the same process for this as well. So I have 14. I can remove the first element in my current window, which is 2. I can add the next element, which is 1 again, right? So here I can see that 14 minus 2 is 12 plus 1, which is 13. So this becomes the current sum. Similarly, I can follow the same approach to get all the sums, and we could just probably be doing the same thing by just updating our global maximum, and we can keep track of like what is the maximum value that I have. So once I reach till the end, and once I have computed all the maximum for all the k-length sub-arrays, I would be having my answer. So now, what do you think should be the time complexity of this solution? So here, using sliding window, if you see, for the first case, we took k operations, right? And for each and every remaining sub-array, what we are doing is we are just doing 2 operations, which is removing one sub-array, which is actually O of 1, and we are just adding one element, which is also O of 1, right? Similarly, for each and every k-length sub-array, we are doing the same thing, which is nothing but is simply O of 1, simply constant time for each and every. So how many number of sub-arrays are we having? As we discussed, we are having n minus k plus 1 sub-arrays, right? Now among all these sub-arrays, the one sub-array that we have is actually taking k operations. So we can write this down as k into 1, and my remaining sub-arrays are only taking O of 1, right? This is O of k into 1. This I can write this down as O of n minus k, plus we have O of k here, right? I can just sum this up. We can cancel this O of k here. So what we would be getting, the total time complexity for this sliding window is actually order of n, which is, we didn't do anything which is dependent on k. So I hope you understood how we were able to optimize our brute force approach, which was O of n into k, where k could go from 1 to n actually, which is the complete length of the array. So it could be at maximum O of n square for my brute force solution that I have. But from O of n into k, I was able to optimize this using sliding window to O of n. So I think that's it from this video. So I hope you would be able to solve a lot of problems on arrays and strings. You won't have any issues when you solve your problems using sliding window.